So we have here some NCAA women's look down here for Thursday, December 5th, 2024. We have 3 matches going on right now. There was one earlier in the day in the National Invitational Volleyball Championship. And in that one, UConn had a pretty solid set 1, but it was close to the Mercer. Then it was more round advantage, set 2, and set 3 went to UConn pretty dominantly. And they sweep Mercer, and that is at East Carolina. So they'll take on either Winthrop or East Carolina in NIVC, the tournament. We have here we have one here in the National Invitational Volleyball Championship. Arkansas State up 11-10 in set 2 on UT Rio Grande Valley. This is being hosted at Stephen F. Austin. And the winner of that match plays Jackson State or Stephen F. Austin. And they do it where they have hosts, and you host the quadrants, and then they go into quadrants where the top 8 teams will host 2 first-round games, or in the case of teams that got a bye, 1 first round. The 3 teams that got byes, 1 first-round game, and a second-round game. Usually what will happen is the opening game will be the neutral site, and the second game will be the non-neutral site game, will be the host game. Obviously, that makes more sense, You want to favor the team that got as the host with the better time schools, which does make sense. That's up to schools when the Pacific matches up. Just they have to be played within a Pacific time slot. And also in these games, they want to finish these games up before Christmas break, when winter break ends. Like finals week. You got finals week for the first semester. For the semester coming up, so before Christmas break. So that's what they want to do though. So that's what they're trying to do though, and which I can't blame them though, because you really can't blame them though wanting to end it before the semester ends, because then everyone's going to be back when not on campus, and for a while when spending time with their families for Christmas, and so if they're going back on the campus. Or I'm not sure if these players actually do go back on campus or they just do it online. I'm not for sure actually, but and then you have here a tight contest between here Western Kentucky and number 6 Minnesota. This is being hosted at the University of Kentucky. And it's 14-all here. Make that 15-14 Minnesota. And we got Loyola Chicago. Might sweep BYU. Could you imagine the Loyola Chicago 21-11 sweeping number 5 BYU at 19-9? So this is a pretty even match. Loyola Chicago has 4 more games played in the year. 2 wins, 2 losses more. But BYU is, it's about even in terms of record. But man, Loyola Chicago out of the Atlantic 10 is just showing why they deserve to be an at-large team out of the Atlantic 10.
Out of bounds is called.
And this is being hosted at Purdue University.
Borum's block just careened off the antenna, unfortunately for her, so BYU takes that point.
Anna Billiter sends it away. On the line, tapped over. Nice job there by Marta Sinkovic. 10-7. Couple of substitutions. A-10 setter of the year sends it away. Joust at the net, somehow kept alive. Somehow gets over. When you're good, you are good. And what a play. Esma Janovic as that one hung on the tape for what seemed like forever. It somehow gets over. Look at this one again.
Well, when you're playing well, it feels like everything's going your way, but that one, with the service error for Loyola Chicago's giving it right back. But man, everything just feels like it's falling Loyola Chicago's way right now.
5 service errors now for Loyola Chicago. 11-8 here in set number 3. And the service ace. Ellie Mortensen doing all she can, trying to keep BYU here in this one. BYU needs to win here in set number 3. They're going to have to win out. They want to move on to tomorrow's round of 32 matchup. Going to have to pull the reverse sweep. Hitting error for Loyola Chicago, 11-10 now. BYU starting to put a couple of plays together.
Yeah, 3-0 run here for BYU. Loyola Chicago, if they want to stay ahead, they've got to put a stamp on this one right now. Don't let BYU get too much confidence. Huge swing.
Down the line, laser. Able to find the floor. There was no room down that line. Ramblers were able to find it. Sitkovic sends it away. Stuffed at the net. The block of the Ramblers comes up huge.
They are just locked in on a different level right now. Sitkovic is walking towards our commentary table to get to the service line, and she just looks laser focused right now.
Beautiful serve from the Ramblers. Sitkovic keeps it alive. Tapped over. Not enough on that one from Shersty Strong. Falling and hitting the floor, 14-10 now.
And they quashed that BYU 3-0 run, and now they're on a 3-0 run of their own. I mean, this is exactly how you respond when teams are going on runs.
Set to Little. Off the block and into the seats. 15-10. And partner, I gotta be honest with you. On that last play, Amanda.
And time out. As Loyola Chicago goes on a big run and forces BYU to use their final timeout in set 3. Each team gets 2 timeouts per set, and BYU is getting dominated by Loyola Chicago. We got here Arkansas State and UT Rio Grande Valley, the Vaqueros. Is 17-all in set 2. Western Kentucky goes on a 4-0 run to make it 18-15 in set 1. Now it's 18-16 Minnesota. Western Kentucky is still with the lead here. We got some upsets happening here. And the winner of Purdue and Western Michigan will move on to that is the round of 32, the second round. And we got Arkansas. Let's go to this one. Here in the NIVC.
That's a strong attack by Will. Will we see Arkansas State push back? Strong strike that time by Caitlin Whitman. He 9 kills, hitting .533. Zek also 9 kills. Diaz has got 5 kills in the set. Tough time for a service error. We're tied at 19. It looked like we're going down to the wire. Remember, UTRGV, probably the underdog in this match. UTRGV RPI is 146, Arkansas State 51. They got the first set, looking to go up 2-0. Scoop denied. Now they'll change. Diaz tries to go down the line.
And that's out. Play Arkansas State as they lead 2019 here in set 2. Back to Loyola Chicago at BYU. Loyola Chicago leads this one 17-12. BYU is out of timeouts, so could not talk strategy over anymore here in set 3. And we got Western Kentucky here. 20, Minnesota 18 here. And that is point Minnesota Golden Gophers. And that is violation Western Kentucky. And that gives a point to Minnesota. And right back in the tip over without touching it. And Gophers point. And that makes it 21-20. Minnesota with the lead. So a very close set here. And now we got BYU down 7.
Rotates in for the Ramblers, the 5'6" sophomore from Kansas.
And that is in the net. And point Loyola Chicago. And we got the Loyola Chicago Ramblers leading the BYU Cougars 21-13 here in this third set. And make that 21-14. BYU. Brigham Young University. That is in and on the tip. Good shot. Tipped off the block. And that is an ace. Loyola Chicago only that needs 2 more points. And Loyola Chicago, they have like 9 match points. No, that'll be only 8 now. They only have 8 match points. He's gonna have to go on some long runs, like 5-0 runs. Like maybe a 4-0, 5-0 run. They're at least gonna have to go on a 4-0 run. Then they're gonna have to fend off like probably 3-4 match points at least. Yep, and now they have to fend off 8 match points. 8. And Loyola Chicago 1 point away from a win over number 5 seeded BYU. And that is out! Just out! Just out. Oh. And that is game! Loyola Chicago 25, BYU 17.
Heather Olmstead is challenging. Last-ditch effort, pulling the green card out. Didn't have any timeouts. She wants it looked at one last time.
You might as well take a look at it. It did look close on that sideline. We'll see a good view here. That's in.
Ooh, that's close.
I think that one is in. I think they did make the correct call. That was a very good look from our camera crew there. That's a good look, too.
We'll get the final call right here.
That's in.
Confirmed.
And for the first time in program history, Loyola Chicago victorious in the NCAA Women's Championship.
And the Loyola Chicago Ramblers defeat the number 5 seeded BYU Cougars in their quarter. And wow, what a stunner here for the Loyola Chicago Ramblers. And they'll either go on to face either Purdue, the number 4 seed and host this portion of the bracket, or Western Michigan. And so they advance in the NCAA tournament. We have set point here for Minnesota. And that is set point. Minnesota takes set 1. And Arkansas State takes set 2 here in the NIVC.